All right, welcome back to the shop. So today I've got this transmission. It's out of a John Deere rock truck. It's a 410E 6-wheel drive articulated truck. The stupidest thing about John Deere is you can look up a 410E and it's also a backhoe. And I think probably a lawnmower and a wheel loader, anything else. It's the stupidest thing. So trying to find parts for this thing, you search in 410E and you find parts for all kinds of weird stuff. But anyways, I've got this. I don't like working on John Deere. I'm just doing it as a favor to a customer that I'm working for. So it's a pretty good sized transmission. Weighs I think just over 2,000 pounds, 2,500 pounds, something like that. And what happened to it? Well, if you could see this U-joint, it's got a little bit of wear on it. I'd say the bearings went out probably a month or so ago, maybe longer. And this thing was just cooking itself in there, and it was beaten up in the other caps. And if you don't know what these U-joints look like, there's another set of caps just like this on this side of the cross. So these should be round, flat surfaces that a bearing cap can rotate on. And so it was going down into the pit, and this finally let loose. This driveline here goes to the front axle, and that driveline went crazy in here, just started whirling around in here. So there was a lug like this. I guess it's a fixture lug, or maybe this is used on something else. I don't know. It broke that lug off, and then you can see on top of here, here's the valve body, the oil pump, the valve body. This is where the torque converter drive goes. This housing here is the torque converter housing, and you can see it put a good sized window in here. This cracked all the way up to here. Took out all this. Let me lay this down. So this is the side that the driveline hit, and I called my cast iron repair guy, and this guy is really, really good, and we determined that this was not repairable. It would take so much work to repair it, and by the time you're done, you'd have to machine it and try to flatten this thing out, because the way this thing, it's so thin, and the way it's shaped, it's just going to shrink, it's going to twist up and get kind of weird on us, and then it's not going to hold the torque converter in the right place. So this housing from I'm used to saying from Cat. This housing from John Deere, $9,000. This thing should be $1,000. It should be maybe $2,000. $9,000. They actually have one, so I guess they consider it a disposable item or something like that. Crazy. Here's the torque converter that goes in it. Let me see if I can get the camera down on here. You kind of can't really see the shape of the torque converter. Kind of strange how this thing is. It's almost built like an automotive transmission. I'm used to Caterpillar transmissions. You see that planetary stack over there. There's a kind of a small torque converter for Caterpillar. Here's a torque converter right here. It's off of a front of a 651, 657 scraper. This one here, it's just like bolts and nuts, and they weren't even very tight. And you lift this thing straight out, and it's a torque converter. It looks like it's out of a car. It's really strange. And then it lifts off of this housing here. And then this housing, you just unbolt it. You slide this tube here out of the way, pop it out through the hole, and then lift it off. It's kind of weird. This is also not just the transmission, it's the transfer case as well. It's a 6-wheel drive truck, so it sends power out to the front, and it also sends power out to the rear. And they work in a different way because being 6-wheel drive, and they steer hydraulically articulated. So when you steer real hard, like just say to the left, the front wheels are traveling really far and the back wheels are barely traveling. So the front has to be able to travel faster. And this does split that up. It gives more power to the front wheels and allows the front wheels to travel faster than the rear wheels when you're turning. And I know the Caterpillars, the older Caterpillars, you can select to lock in the front and rear axles to have the same amount of power. The newer ones, it's done by the computer. And on this John Deere, it's done by the computer as well. So as you go and you need more traction, here's the computer here. It senses wheel spin, it senses all kinds of stuff, and it'll actually give you more power to the front or the rear. So I mean, I guess it's a decent transmission. It just seems kind of light duty for the size of the truck it is. It's a 40-ton truck. So it's hauling, I think, like the rated capacity is like 42 tons. It's like 82,000 pounds of material. Plus the truck itself is probably weighing 75,000 pounds, I guess. And it seems kind of light duty for that. So we'll see how these things do when they get lots of hours on them. And I've got Caterpillar trucks with 24,000 hours on them. I've rebuilt them, with minor things going wrong in them. But basically, the transmission itself is very robust, very strong. This just doesn't seem very strong, and it's very pricey for that part. $9,000 just seems like a lot. So anyways, just kind of rambling a little bit about this thing. I haven't had time to put a video out in a few weeks, and I've had comments, people ask me to do more heavy equipment stuff as well. So here's something. I'll post a picture of what the rock truck looks like in here also, so you can see what this 410E looks like. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.